All right, welcome to the first edition, Volume 1, Series 1, if you will, Beers with the Pro. I hope to do an interview 5 or 6 times this year, folks you know, but probably really don't know. It really doesn't make sense, but we're going to do it anyway. My first guest is the legend himself. The gentleman has a drink named after him, an actual drink. May just be here at White Cliffs, but it's still pretty impressive. Mr. Larry Robinson. Welcome.
Thank you.
Normally, Larry, we start the show out with a beer. It's called Beers with the Pro, but I think this is, Kelly, thank you. This is only fitting. This is a Larry Robinson.
Oh, how about that?
Okay.
My first one of the year. Good deal.
Now, Larry, you got to be truthful.
Yeah.
This isn't your first Larry Robinson of the
Yes,
year.
it is.
Okay. All right. It won't be the last.
No.
It won't be the last. Larry, first thing, tell us about yourself. How many years you been here at White Cliffs?
28 years.
28 years.
28 years.
Okay, I've been here 18.
Yeah. I've
So,
been 28. So
28.
I got you by 10.
We played golf together before
Yes.
I actually worked here.
Yes. The Cape Cod Pro-Am.
It was a Cape Cod Pro-Am many years ago on Nantucket.
Yes.
We came back. You were nice enough to buy us dinner.
You and a couple of other pros, as I remember.
I said us.
Okay.
We had a few cocktails.
Yeah.
Did I ever thank you enough?
I don't think so, but that didn't matter.
I did. I thanked him enough. Of course I did, but we had a great time.
Yeah.
28 years. What members now, what current members were back here or were here
When I
back
was-
28 years ago?
Let me give it some thought. Okay, I'll tell you. Jesse Jackson.
Jesse Jackson, Sar Jackson.
Yeah. Connie and Paula Bledsoe. Bill and Donna DiCarlo.
Yeah.
Emil and Don Boudreau.
Emil's been here 28 years?
Yes, yeah. Yeah, he owned a home over on Players.
Looks like he's been here 68 years.
Well, he's going to be 80 years old this year.
I'm only joking.
Okay.
Only
He's
joking.
going to be 80
I
years
meant
old.
70. Go ahead.
Carmen Scarpa and Joanne. Bob Novelli, John Francini, Bob Tona, Connie Carey, Mrs. Patel, and Dr. Lee,
Mrs. Patel, Sam's wife.
Sam's wife who passed away.
Yep,
passed
Sam,
away.
great guy. Good story about Sam. We had a member guest, and one of those days, I think we had a call came in from the golf course to go check on him. Normal 2 best ball of 4. Sam's foursomes playing a scramble. We said, Sam, you know, it's 2 best balls of 4. He said, we're going to continue to play scramble, and off he went, and still had a ball. But that was
Sure he
Sam.
did. That
was Sam.
Yeah, great guy.
Where were you from? Where did you move from?
We moved from northeastern Mass. up
Okay.
outside of Brockton.
Yeah. Did you golf around Northeastern
Yeah,
before
I-
here?
I belonged to the Eastern Country Club.
Ah, all right.
Yeah, prior to coming here, and then before that, I played at most of my golf at Ritter Country Club in Whitman and East Bridgewater.
Your brothers are players also. They're active
Yes,
players.
yes.
Did you do a lot of playing with your brothers, obviously?
No, they were quite a bit younger than me.
Okay.
So they weren't into the golf as much as me. So.
Easton and Ritters.
Right.
Awesome. Now, you came to White Cliffs. What was your first memory of White Cliffs? When you first got here, what was your first memory of White Cliffs?
Well, actually, I got to give you 2 of them. One was when Margaret and I woke up our first morning here at White Cliffs and looked out our window, and there was the sun coming up out of the ocean.
Now, just so everybody knows, you live on the first hole.
Yes.
Excellent.
Look out at the ocean.
Beautiful view.
Yeah. So that was the opening bell. And it's
Been
like
the same
we
way?
died and went to heaven.
Been the same way every morning for 28 years.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Awesome.
And my second memory was playing in the men's league. The first day, we were here like 2 weeks, and we played, or I played in that second.
It was the men's league back then. It wasn't the Blue Tea
It was
League.
not the Blue Tea League.
It was the men's league.
men's league. And I made a hole-in-one on the 12th hole, which kind of sticks in my mind.
It's good hole in one. Good,
Yeah,
great hole.
good one,
Yeah.
yeah. So those are my.
Did they have a hole in one pool back then?
They did. I wasn't in it because they didn't tell me about it. But lo and behold, I came in, and after telling them what happened, they said, well, you just won $400 because
400 for your hole in one.
400, yeah.
Way back then, it's probably worth 800 now. Right?
Absolutely.
Your holes in one.
Yeah.
By my count, you have 19 major victories.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
by yourself or with a partner.
Right.
Majors, Cliffs Cup, McClay Cup.
Right.
How many holes in one?
21 out
21 holes in one.
and 20 here.
20 here. That was my next question. You read my mind. 20 holes in one here. Is there a hole here other than the par fours and the par five that you have not? You've gotten every one.
Everyone.
Bingo.
And I've made eagle on the par fours and the par five.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Where was your other hole in one?
It was in a tournament, unfortunately, because it cost
Too many,
me,
too many witnesses.
it cost me about $700 to set up the bar, but that was all right.
Oh, what was your most memorable major here? Your major win?
Winning the club championship in 1996 when I shot 61-61 for a 160-122
122, 2 under par.
under par, right?
That's awesome.
I don't think that's even been come close
I don't
to.
believe so. That's before my time.
Yeah.
That was awesome. Let's talk about the club. Okay, the club, the golf course, they've come a long way in 28 years.
Yeah.
Okay, what are some of the changes to the golf course? We'll get to the club, but first to the golf course that you believe have been the most beneficial.
Well, I think doing the irrigation system was huge.
I was here for that. It was huge. Yes.
It made a big improvement in the playability of the golf course. And the other thing that comes to mind is the revamping of our tees. Not so much the reconstruction, but just the improvement in all the tees. Almost every tee has been upgraded.
Has been leveled.
Yes, upgraded.
Yeah. The tees are in great shape.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the two tees that stick in my mind the most are number 3, which was done primarily with in-house people and the help of a member, Wayne Ing, who had a construction company,
Yep.
brought his equipment over and made a great improvement on that tee.
Was that the par 4?
Yes. it was
Third
on-
hole?
Yes.
Okay.
And then on 18, when we had the problem with the erosion,
Yeah.
and they came in and did a great job on that tee, and that's been a
That's a
big-
spectacular hole. I mean, it's always been a spectacular hole, but that tee is outstanding.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go back to the third hole. Back then, it was 2 par 3s, correct?
Well, I'm not going back that far, but you're right. It was originally 2 par 3s. And one tee was up to the front of the now existing ladies' tee, and the green was up at the top of the hill. And off to the right of the green was another tee box for the now existing green. for
Yeah,
par
okay.
3. So you,
What hole didn't exist? Because that would have made 19 holes.
yeah, the 17th took a while to get established because they found bones,
Oh,
and they thought it was Indian bones.
Okay.
And they had to.
I remember that story. I remember talking to Ray Richard, and when they were doing that build, that construction, I believe they did find some Indian. I don't know if they were bones or if they. I know there was a spoon and something else that now reside down at Plymouth Plantation. So there was something that went on there that
Yeah, and
may have been
It
Native
delayed
American.
things yeah, exactly.
So it delayed, and they made those. The third hole we know now, they made those 2 par 3s to make an 18-hole golf course.
Exactly.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
See, this is why we do this. Normally, people wouldn't know that, right?
Right.
Let's talk about the club.
Yeah.
Okay, the community's gone through some tremendous changes, especially recently. 28 years ago, okay, if someone came up to you and said, "Hey, we're going to do this to the club," what would this be that you would have looked at him and said, "You're crazy. That will never happen in a million years"?
Well, I guess the biggest thing was probably the complete renovation of the clubhouse the addition to the clubhouse, expanding the dining area, the patio. The next biggest thing probably would have been the maintenance building.
Yeah, yeah.
That was a huge project.
Now the dining room, all that expansion was before me. I would never have known
Yeah,
that.
that was
Yeah.
all done, I'm not sure of the year, but that was a big project.
And the maintenance building is huge.
Yeah.
That was an undertaking years in the making,
Right.
in just the discussions of it.
Right,
But to get that done was quite a feat.
exactly. And then I think the other thing that stands out is the grounds, particularly the front entrance has been outstanding, with the trees and the wall. And
The wall is impressive also.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean the improvements in all the plantings and that's year to year. I mean they do such a great job.
absolutely
Yeah,
wonderful
it looks
job.
beautiful. You ride up the drive and just
Right.
everything just comes together.
Trees and
Yes,
how
it
lined
does
up
look nice.
the driveway.
It does. It was funny that same talking to Ray Richard, who Ray Richard was the superintendent here
Yes,
at one
he was
point.
the
He had a
original superintendent,
the original superintendent. He had a hand in building the golf course, I believe, or doing something to the golf course.
He did with Gary Player, construction, golf course construction, and Ray kind of was on site overseeing it, yeah.
Riding around with him, he would point out these trees. Oh yeah, that tree we had come in, and I can't believe how big they are now.
Right.
But it was very interesting. The one thing he did tell me was the 13th hole. The green was originally, so if you look at that hole and look straight down, and the condominium in back, that building in back was not supposed to be there, and the green was supposed to be in that parking lot.
Which would have made it a longer hole.
Well, of course. I guess
But
money
now
took
it's-
over at that point, right?
And now it's probably the toughest par 3 in the Cape.
I agree. Getting back to golf, okay, who influenced you the most in golf? Who had the most influence on you in golf?
Probably my father and my mother. They both played golf, and I started caddying when I was like 13 years old at South Shore Country Club, and kind of got into it myself. And
Where did your parents play?
most of their golf was played down the Cape at Cummaquid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But
So there's a tie to Cummaquid there.
oh yeah, my two brothers belong there.
They
now.
belong there now.
Right. Yeah.
Awesome. That's right. They do. They come up to play in the member guests. It's all coming back to me now, Larry. Who do you like watching in today's game? When you turn on the TV, do you turn on to see a specific player, or I mean, who do you like actually watching in the PGA Tour or overseas for that matter?
Well, right now I think I enjoy watching most the #1 ranked player in the world that is that particular week.
Okay.
Right now it's Dustin Johnson.
Yeah.
If he's in the tournament, I'm going to watch
Dustin
the Sunday
Johnson.
round
Sure.
anyway.
Yeah.
Right, right.
Well, what's not to like about watching Dustin Johnson, as well as a core of 5 or 6 other guys.
Right.
They're so good. They're so long.
Right.
I mean, it's just great to watch.
Absolutely.
All right, I'm going to throw some names at you. All right, and these are golfing names. And I just want the first thoughts that come to your head with his passing this year. Arnold Palmer.
The king.
What else needs to be said? He has a drink named after himself also.
Arnold Palmer.
All right, the Larry Robinson.
Yeah.
Gary Player, kind of fitting.
Yeah. He fits in with the big three of the 70s and early 80s, along with Jack Nicklaus. And
Were you here when he came and did his?
no, he came a couple of years before I came.
Okay, I remember talking to Bob Novelli, and he was here.
Right.
And
I
we
believe-
have that picture of him doing his little
Right. I believe Bob Novelli picked him up
at the
Logan
airport. Yes, yeah. And Mr. Player would come down and use the gym. I guess that's, he's known for his fitness, and the first thing he would do is come down and use the fitness facility here. One more, Tiger Woods.
Disappointing.
Interesting.
Disappointing. And the way he handles his personal life.
Yeah.
I guess I'm disappointed also in his inability now to play because of his physical problems. So it,
To mount any sort of comeback.
yes, so,
You have to admit, before all of that, one of the most dominant golfers.
without a doubt.
Yeah.
And I don't think there was any question he probably would have beaten Jack's record of majors.
One of the most majors.
Right, if all this hadn't transpired. But
Jack, the best ever?
yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's a tough question.
That is a
Yeah,
tough question.
Yeah,
Hogan.
I know. You got to go back.
Yeah.
Thinking about
And
those
the two
people.
prior gentlemen, Arnold Palmer.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So one of the things I wanted to do was keep this nice and short because the members are going to go on the website, hopefully, and watch this. If we do it any more than 15 minutes, then they're just going to click off that computer and never watch again. So I could go on and on and on, especially with you. But I have one more question, okay? And it has to do with the USGA and the R&A. They've proposed a major overhaul to the rules of golf in 2019, in essence, modernizing and simplifying them. In my eyes, long overdue, okay? What are your thoughts?
I am not sure what those rule changes are.
Well, they're just, again,
Simplifications are.
put it this way, if they can simplify that rule book and modernize it to make people want to play or even understand what the rules are, it has to be a good thing.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I agree with that 100%.
So in
Simplification would be major
major,
step forward.
major. In 2019, folks, if you haven't read about that or heard about it, you can actually go on the USGA website, and they have some pretty good explanations for it. Some of them may be adopted. Maybe all of them will be adopted. We'll soon find out. That's all we have time for, my friend.
All right, well,
I want to thank you again. This is Larry Robinson, the legend. I'm Rick Baptist. Get out and play. Everyone, it's coming. Cheers, my friend.
thank you, Rick. Thanks for having me.
Good thing I don't schedule all 5 interviews in a row. I'd be,
Boy,
yeah.
tank.
Oh, God.